October is coming to an end. Haunting, scariness, Halloween, and I couldn't be more thankful. It is time to put the month of October to bed and focus on the month of November by talking all the books I plan to read in the month of November 2024. But first, welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads! Yes, hello and welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. This is my monthly wrap for the month of November. Before I go any further, if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to the video. The likes definitely help with the algorithm, and the subscription and clicking all after clicking that bell, ding, ensures that you don't miss any video that I do put out. That of course also helps with the algorithm, but if you have any comments, thoughts and or questions, down in the comment section below is the place to leave it. I love interacting with you all. Please keep those comments and questions coming. I also have a Discord server where, among other things, we do buddy reading, and we do other things that isn't just reading as well. We have reading, writing, watching, and many other things going on over there, including buddy reads and other very interesting things. So come along and join us in the Discord. The link to that is in the description. Alright, let's jump right on in. The first thing I need to tell y'all is that I have hardly any of these books, which is not like me. I always order a month in advance, but due to reasons beyond my control, it just couldn't be helped. So, because I don't have the majority of the books, I'm not going to hold up any of them. I'm just going to put them up digitally on the screen, which is fine. We'll make do. The next thing I need to let you all know is that the month of November for me is mostly going to revolve around finishing off series that I started or was continuing on with this year. So you're going to see a lot of, endings of series in this list. I plan to read a total of 12 books, so let's begin. The first book that I plan to read in the month of November 2024 is going to help me to finish off a series, and that is by reading this book, which is Restless Stars by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. This is book number 9 in the Zodiac Academy series. Oh my goodness, it is extremely long. Each of the books in this series, including this one, I think it's like a good 800, 900 pages. But anyway, it's the last book in Zodiac Academy. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm either going to be really happy when I'm at the end or really sad that it's over, but either way, my Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti experience does not end here. Next year, I'll be buddy reading some of their books. So if you want to join us for that, click that link in the description to the Discord. I have had mixed feelings about this series as we've gone along, but the majority of the time I've absolutely loved this series. I liken it to an adult version of Harry Potter, where we have these twin girls who go to a school where they learn about magical abilities that they have, but with it being very adult. There are spicy scenes that go into great detail, so do be mindful of that before going in if you want to give this series a go. The first couple of books in this series is very much revolving around a lot of bullying, but that bullying does go away as the series goes along. So if that's something that concerns you, either skip the first couple of books, or, well, I wouldn't recommend that actually, or just know that they are going to go away, and the series is a fantastic series all round. This book will help me to conclude it, so how will I feel at the end? Keep an eye out for my weekly vlog in that first week. The second book that I plan to read in the month of November 2024 is a book I've actually wanted to read since 2020. Yes! I've been wanting to read this book for a very long time, and I just either would forget when I was planning a TBR, or my TBR would be full when I would remember. And I'm finally getting to it. So that book is this book, The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. I'm going to say this name correctly when you next hear me talk about it, but at the moment, I'm sorry. That's the best I can say. So I don't know a lot about this book, and if this is the first time you're watching a video of mine, please know that I love going into books blind. I don't want to know the premise. I want to be surprised. Sometimes this can be a con in that I don't read the premise and just think it's going to be great, judging it by its cover, and it's horrible, and the only person I have to blame is myself because the horrible thing was right there in the premise and I didn't read it. But in this particular case, I've been wanting to read this book for a very long time based on its title, The School for Good and Evil. Are you kidding? kidding me? We need to read this. So I've been waiting since 2020, finally going to read it. And if I love this book, best believe it will be on my SAS list, the series will, for 2025. Alright, the next book that I plan to read is a book that has me very, very, very excited, and that is this book, which is called Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Iyimide. Oh my gosh, I'm probably saying that very wrong, but if I said that right, I feel like I earned a cookie. There was a reason why I wanted to read this book. I saw it somewhere and I took a note of it, but I've gotten rid of that note, sadly, so I don't remember what it was. It's one of two things. It'll either be because it's very Saw-like, as in the movie Saw, or it's a very PLL, Pretty Little Liars-like. It's one of the two. If you know, let me know. Without spoiling it, just let me know that it's Saw-like or it's PLL-like, if it's one of them. But anyway, I've been wanting to read Ace for a while ever since I found out that it was very similar to one of those things. So we'll see how this goes. And let's try that name again, because oh my goodness, we have to. And it is by Farida Abike Iyimide. I hope that's the name. If it's not, you know I'll get it right next time we talk about it. The next book that I plan to read is going to help me to complete a duology by one of my absolute all-time favourite authors, and definitely my favourite LGBTIQ plus author, and that is this book, Afterglow, which is book number 2 of 2 in the Golden Boys series by Phil Stamper. I am a massive Phil Stamper fan, but I did not like book number 1, Golden Boys, as much as I loved every other work that Phil Stamper has released. Just to make a point of that, aside from Afterglow, I've read every other book that Phil Stamper has published, and all of the others were standalones. This is the first series that I'm reading of Phil Stamper's, and the first series that Phil Stamper has written. And yeah, I did not like book 1 because it was too complex for me. It was a 4 main character, multi-perspective book, and it didn't need to be, in my opinion, and it distracted me a lot. But I do want to get to Afterglow and at least finish off the series. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Phil Stamper, and yeah, what more needs to be said? Future Mr. Francy here, just popping in because I made an error with the next book. So I said that I was going to be reading Gingerbread Danger by Amanda Flower. This is not the case. So that's why we need the correction, because the audiobook for that one is not out yet. What I'm actually going to be reading is this book, Death of a Gingerbread Man, which is the 17th book in the Haley Powell Food and Cocktail Mystery series by Lee and Hollis, or Lee Hollis, but they're two different authors. I am very, very much looking forward to this one. It's a very easy mistake to make. Both of the books, the Amanda Flower one and this one, contain the word gingerbread, so very easy to confuse. But I'm very, very, very much looking forward to this book. My mum and I have been buddy reading this series, and Jane over on the Discord has been joining us for that as well. It's been a whole lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what Haley Powell is going to be up to this time. The book is finally out, and I'm going to finally be reading it. I can't wait. The next book that I plan to read is going to help me to complete a series that I actually started, I think 3-4 years ago, but predominantly I have read this year, and that is this book, Everlasting, by Alison Noel. This is book number 6 of 6 in the Immortal series, a YA paranormal where we are following a girl by the name of Eva. Eva has a gift. She is psychic, among other things, but she does not want this gift. And, you know, she tells us in book 1 very early on, I don't want this gift, that's why I wear a hoodie and gloves, I don't want to see people, I don't want to listen to people, I don't want to touch people, because if I do... I loved her attitude in book 1. Obviously, so much more has happened since then. I'm looking forward to getting on to book 6, and I'm also at the same time looking forward to putting the book to bed. Something came up in book 2 that I knew would follow us for the rest of the series, and whilst it wasn't the dominant thing that followed us through the rest of the series, it has been. So, it has been there for the rest of the series, so I am looking forward to this thing being wrapped up and putting the series to bed. It's a good series, it's just I'm looking forward to putting it to bed. If one correction wasn't enough, let's try 2. Future Mr. Francy here once again to make a correction. This time I did not make a mistake in saying a name. I actually completely omitted saying this book in my TBR. I really should just go ahead and do another video, but I really don't have the time for it. So we'll jump right in. The actual next book that I plan to read is this book, which is Corpse at the Captain Seat. It is the 8th book in the Secrets and Scrabbles series by Josh Lanyon. And yes, I am incredibly excited and thankful to be reading this book in November. So, yeah, this series has been an amazing series for me because it was the first cozy mystery series that I began reading that not only follows a man instead of a woman, where 95% of cozies, I believe, follow women as the amateur sleuth, but this man just so happens to be gay. So it's very incredibly niche, and I've only come across one other book where I'm following a gay man in a cozy, and I've absolutely loved the series to this point. Cannot wait to get to the next one. The reason I'm thankful is because Josh Lanyon said she's not going to release a Scribbles, whatever it's called, Secrets and Scrabbles book in 2024, and she did. So yay, so happy about that. I also need to give a very big shout out to Matt Haynes, who is the audio narrator of this wonderful Secrets and Scrabbles series. He does an amazing job, and I don't know if I've mentioned him before. So there you go. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. Let's hope there are no more errors, and zoom! Alright, speaking of finishing off series, how about finishing off the longest series I have ever read? Yep. By far and away, the longest series I've ever read. And that is a series that I've been buddy reading all year long on my Discord channel. Again, link in the description. With my dear friend Jane. It's been a blast. It is the Campers and Criminals series by Tonya Kappas. We on the Discord have been reading 3 of those books a month because they are novella size, which, by the way, I find very interesting. Given the standard size of a cozy, I'm really surprised that Tonya Kappas can write books that are that short and not call them novellas. They are novellas, but they're not referred to as 0.5 books, they're referred to as main books. But anyway, either way, Campers and Criminals, here we go. The first of which that I'm going to be reading is this one, Moonlight, Marshmallows, and Manslaughter. I mean, just look at that second word, that's all I need. Marshmallows. We are good. Book number 35. Then I'm going to be reading this book, Bonfire, Backpacks and Brawls, which is book number 36. At the beginning of the year, my goal was to get through all 36 of the books in the Campers and Criminals series, and then Tonya Kappas, in her infinite wisdom, decided to release book number 37. Fortunately, we could fit it in to the schedule, so I'm now going to read that as well, and that is this book, Fireworks, Freedom and Felonies, book number 37. Once I've read that book, I will be completely up to date with the Campers and Criminals. And that shelf, right there, which is the Campers and Criminals shelf, will not be full, but it will be close. Okay, then we have 2 more books left, and again, not surprisingly, helping me to complete a series. And this is the Famous 5 series by Enid Blyton. And I need to repeat what I keep saying here because it is so true. If you are looking for a middle grade version of a cozy mystery, I highly recommend picking up the Famous 5. I've been looking for them. I've been looking for a YA cozy and a middle grade cozy. I almost said MG there because I'm used to typing MG rather than middle grade. But a YA cozy and a middle grade cozy, and haven't come across them. I would unofficially say Famous 5 is your middle grade cozy mystery series. So anyway, I have 2 books left. There are 21 books in the series, by the way, and I started it this year, so very proud of myself. The first of those, book number 20 is 5 Have a Mystery to Solve. And then the last book I plan to read this month is 5 Are Together Again. Book number 21 of 21. Forgive me, I'm just looking up at my, printed version of my SAS list, which is attached, so I can't take it down, but I'm looking at here to see, to go through again what is being completed. I'm so sorry about the lighting. If I knew how to fix it, I definitely would, but I honestly don't. So I'm really sorry about that. And this is my old phone that I'm using to record this. My new one, I've been having many issues with, especially with filming. But anyway, so Golden Boys by Phil Stamper, that series will be complete at the end of this month. Then I have the new releases that I still need to work on, but that's okay. We'll talk about that. Ravaged World by Ian Rob Wright has been stricken from my SAS list. We can talk about that when it comes to my 2025 SAS list. The Hayley Pale Food and Cocktail series, I think I'm finishing that next month. I don't have it literally written at this point, but I believe I will be reading that next month. Then the Immortals series, yes, I'm reading book 6 of 6 this month, so that will be done. Zodiac Academy will be done. Coffee House Mystery Series will not be, but I will be reading more Coffee House in December. So that's not over, and the series will not be complete by the end of the year, but yeah, I still have more of that I will read in December, and then moving on to next year. Famous Five will be done. Campers and Criminals will be done. Millie's Cruise Ship series will not be done, but I will be continuing it on next year. I'm very, very happy. Alright, that's where we're going to leave it. I'm going to let you all go. Peace, blessings, and so much love. What do you plan on reading in the month of November 2024? Let me know in the comments section below. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please do be kind and love one another and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world. And until next time, happy reading. Bye, everyone.